Welcome to the Gym Breakthrough Podcast. This show is about one thing and one thing only, turning your gym into a thriving business you love to own. So if you want to know what it really takes to grow your membership, make more money, and build a rock-solid community of raving fans, you've come to the right place. All this information is 100% free, so please subscribe to and review our podcast. Enjoy the show. Welcome to the Gym Breakthrough Podcast. I am Marcus Gurzy, and I am here with the lovely Emily Schneller, Breakthrough Specialist and Program Manager here at Gym Breakthrough. And today we're going to be talking about how to run an amazing seminar at your gym, one that not only delivers a great experience, but one that you can use to help kick off or maybe increase sales for your specialty programs as well.
Love it. How are you today, Marcus?
Doing pretty awesome. I mean, not as awesome as your fancy hair, but I'm doing pretty good.
Everybody wants to comment on my hair today. I'm telling you, if I wear pants with a button, like not workout pants to work, or if my hair is down and done, people are like, what's happening?
I get the same comments all the
Right?
time, Emily. I totally hear you.
Okay, so today is all about seminars. And so I thought it would be fun to kick it off with a question. So Marcus, if you were to teach a seminar on something that you are not generally known for, so everybody knows you as the business coach, the expert in the gym space, okay, can't give a seminar on anything related to that, what would you give a seminar on?
Jeez. I'm kind of a one-trick pony, Emily.
No, you are not.
I would probably do a seminar on playing guitar.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Well, in a previous life, I played a hell of a lot of guitar, and particularly in like improvisation. Wow. Well, I didn't do one on English. Improvisational blues guitar, funk music, reggae music, that kind of stuff. So I would probably do something on how to become proficient at playing in a live context, probably.
Cool. Yeah, a lot of people may not know that we have that music background in common. I, in a former life, was an opera singer. So really former life.
I can see how one thing like naturally progressed to the next.
Super easy.
So I'm assuming that's what your seminar would be on?
No, that was, I feel like literally in a former life. I don't know if I even remember how to sing anymore. My seminar would be on Excel because I'm a giant Excel.
Super useful, super boring, but it'll help a lot. What are you going to do to like make it fun for people?
I don't know. I could add some personality and flair to a seminar.
What's your favorite formula on the board?
I'm a serious nerd, though. You know that about me. I love that program.
That's what I love about you. All right.
Yeah,
awesome. Okay, cool. So today is all about seminars. So let's dive into this here. So the problem here is this is for a lot of gyms, this is a pretty big missed opportunity to, for one, increase the perceived value to your members by just putting on a great event. And also to help you either introduce or to increase sales for one of your premium programs. So like custom program design or nutrition coaching or anything like that. Pick your poison.
Yeah, I definitely think that a lot of gym owners that I've worked with and coached, they're thinking about seminars as a way to help their members improve a skill or improve their knowledge. But I think that really you should be thinking about seminars as a sales event, a way to kick off a premium program or a way to get people into maybe a nutrition challenge or some sort of like Olympic lifting cycle or something like that. And I don't think a lot of gym owners are originally thinking about seminars in that way. Agreed,
100%. I think, and this is something that we teach in the Gym Breakthrough program, but you should, in my opinion, I think it is a big missed opportunity to not host workshops regularly for your existing member base. And obviously you can sell tickets to non-members, and whether you charge for it or it's included in memberships is another discussion. But for the most part, you should be providing some sort of additional education and opportunities for people to get together to like dig deeper on some of these topics that they have interest in. And just doing that well is going to already provide a ton of additional value for existing members, because those who are really focused around the training side of things and get a lot of value, that X factor from those extracurricular training related activities, are going to love that stuff. And it's an opportunity for you to shine and connect on a different level, to get people from the different, classes together that normally maybe don't see each other, and just have a lot of fun. And, just doing that really well. And we'll get into how to do that here in a little bit, but that in itself is already a big opportunity, let alone if you have a premium program. Let's just use nutrition, because that's an example we're going to use from you a little bit later too, that if you want to introduce something like a nutrition coaching program, there's no better way to do it than to put on a killer seminar around nutrition and why it's so important, and to, really build that value. And, you can still make it really valuable for someone, even if they don't buy anything. That's, the first job. But the key is, if you play your cards right, you're going to set yourself up for a really logical next step to join your program if you connect all the dots.
Yeah, so, not only that, but I think it's a really good way to just show authority on a particular topic. We hired 2 new nutrition coaches fairly recently, and that was one of the first things that I had them do. They were newly certified. This was completely new to them. I was kind of coaching them on the hows of nutrition coaching, but to show that they were authorities on the subject, I was like, okay, great. You guys are going to put on a seminar. So yeah, talking in front of people and showing that you know something about the topic at hand. Seminar is a great way to do that.
No doubt. Okay, so let's get into it. So I think that the first step is in structuring your seminar, right? Is to create a good event flow plan. And when you look at this, a lot of people think that this is just, hey, we're going to get together on Saturday, we're going to work on muscle ups or whatever it is. And even if you have a little bit of structure, it already goes a long way. But to really think through all the different moments that you want to have happen in advance is going to help you create not only a better event, but it's going to help you with documenting the event so that your media person knows, okay, we're going to do pictures here. I want this type of shot there. We're going to do a video there. To really document all of it, because even if you have a smaller community, and let's say it's your first time doing this nutrition workshop or whatever it is, that you're able to gather all the assets that you're going to be able to use to effectively promote it again in the future, and to help promote that program and all of that, when it has you in front of the presentation board or the whiteboard teaching, and you in breakout sessions and having people up and people laughing and people taking notes. You want to capture all of those different moments, because those are going to serve you really well moving forward. So as far as an event flow plan, I have a few key things I want to make sure we always address. So number one, we have a good opener and a good closer, right? So a nice intro, and then a nice way to overall just, hey, thanks for coming, and so on. And think about what you want to say and give yourself some bullet points. I think another key thing to work in is icebreakers. So for example, when you first get people in the room, do some things that get people moving. Think about what you do in a class. How do you structure a fun class? It's not just you talking at them the entire time and them taking notes. It's them interacting and them having a good time. All right, partner up. We're going to do, junkyard dogs or whatever. So if you're doing a nutrition workshop, maybe getting people to group up, get to know each other. What's your nutrition goal? What's yours? Write them on the board. Get people moving, get people interacting. And I try to do that multiple times throughout the event.
I do an icebreaker before every single nutrition seminar that I do. And I always try to tie it into the content that I'm presenting. So for instance, I did a whole seminar on macros and how to count macros and whatnot. And the icebreaker question was, what's your favorite carb? And everybody went around and said their favorite carb. And nerd alert, once again, my favorite carb is beets. I love beets. And we had somebody in the audience like, wait, beets are a carb? And I was like, yes. And you're going to learn that today.
You truly are one of a kind, Emily. My favorite carb is pizza.
I can't say that.
Okay, so icebreakers, doing something fun up front, but then and we'll get more into breakouts, which are different from our icebreakers. So doing an icebreaker up front, getting into the why as to what is it that we're talking about? Why does it matter? If you're talking about maybe, let's say you're doing something on Olympic weightlifting, you would talk about, well, if we're a CrossFit gym, this is why we do Olympic weightlifting. Here's a little bit of the background around Olympic weightlifting and how and why it got integrated into what we do. give them some context and show them the bigger picture. Then we get into breakout sessions. So this, I think, is key. And I'll use your example of the nutrition seminar. Oftentimes people put on a nutrition seminar where they're just sitting there in front of the whiteboard or in front of whatever projector presentation, and they're just kind of talking through it. And sure, maybe they'll have a question or two. But I think the key is getting people to actually do the work together and expose the problem, to sit here and agitate the problem, and in a way to where there's inherent accountability because it was done conversationally with someone else. So something that we like to do, for example, in a nutrition seminar was you would have people, for example, we would want everyone to write out everything that they ate yesterday. And this would be after we've gone through, the different, we've got the macros and we've got, these are the standards, what we're looking for. This is maybe what a good day looks like. Okay, now we want, or let's have everyone write out their days. What did you eat? And they would interview each other. And then they would have to come up and someone would be willing to be the guinea pig group. And they would come up and then we would write theirs on the board. And basically the whole room would kind of take it apart and work on it. Well, what could we do a little bit better here now that we know? And it just gets everyone involved, but it also exposed everyone's need for the thing that much more. So Emily, tell us a little bit about what you've done with breakouts and all that to make it more interesting.
Off the top of my head, I did a nutrition seminar on the psychology of food. And we posed the question at the beginning of the seminar, like, what is food? Like, let's talk about all the things that food is to people. Food is comfort. Food is necessary. Food for a lot of people is punishment, and went through all of the things, worked with just how people think about food and comparing that to a textbook answer, and realizing that, food isn't just nutrients that fuel our body. Food can be all of these other things that our psychology plays into. So just opening up the conversation and getting people involved and participating, I think, is a really big key to having a successful seminar.
Love it. All right. The next item on the list here is the offer. And this is obviously if you have something to offer, and we'll keep using the nutrition example here as a good one. So you recently just hosted your nutrition seminar and you had an insane conversion rate from attendees to your nutrition challenge, right? Yeah. Will you walk us through what you did and why it worked so well?
Yeah. So one thing that I do at the beginning of every seminar is, I open my seminars up to the public. I don't charge for them. There are people at my seminars that I have never met before, and I want to capture the lead, right? These are leads. These are people interested in nutrition, maybe interested in nutrition coaching or one of my group challenges. And so I need to get their information, and that's really important, right? So I send around a sign-in sheet for everybody to fill out. It includes their email address and their phone number, and I make sure to add them to my email list. And I always offer a fast action bonus to the people that are physically there for my seminar. So for example, the latest seminar that I did was all about the 800 gram challenge. I don't know, we don't have to get into what that is. But I followed it up with a opt-in nutrition challenge, right? And for everybody that was physically at my seminar, I offered a fast action bonus. So I told them, later today, I'm going to send you a link to opt in to this challenge. When the link gets released to the public, the price is going up. Okay. And you only have 2 days to join at this discounted price. And it's just my thank you for physically coming here on a Saturday and spending an hour with me and talking about nutrition. And 80% of the people that were at my seminar joined the challenge. And
you nailed it. It's exactly how it's supposed to be done, right? In the beginning of the seminar, you plant the seed and you let them know something special is going to be coming as a thank you for being here. At the end, you make the offer. And the fast action discount, it creates that sense of urgency for someone who is there, they're in the best state possible to make the buying decision, right? And when you then let them know, and they're like, yep, I'll be looking for that and I'll probably take you up on that. And obviously the key is to roll that out immediately after so that they can, while it's as fresh as possible, actually take action on it. And lastly on it is to not make it long. A lot of times people will give we'll give people the whole week to figure it out. You blew it. You've got a 24 to up to 48-hour window for that to be effective. Anything beyond that eliminates the whole sense of urgency and basically just makes it feel like a corny offer.
I set it up as a gift too. When I'm sending around the list and I'm asking them for their information, their email address and their phone number, I tell them I'm getting this information because I'll have a gift for you that we'll talk about at the end of the seminar. So they feel like they're getting something in return. And people know that I do this, and that's why I get such a great physical attendance to my seminars, because they know that they're going to get some sort of reward for coming.
And do you advertise that, or do you include that there's going to be this gift, or that there is a gift in your pre-event promotion?
Yep. So this seminar that I did most recently, we not only had the fast action bonus, but I actually got little prizes, like door prizes, and raffled them off while we were there too. And again, it was stuff related to the challenge. So the 800-gram challenge is all about fruits and veggies and weighing them. So you're trying to get 800 grams of fruits and veggies a day. And so I gave away a food scale. I gave away a produce saver, like something that they could put berries in and keep it longer in their fridge. And I gave away a berries and greens supplement. So, things that are related to what I'm talking about, but it gets people excited about actually physically coming.
Great. And so how do you calculate how much you're willing to invest in these gifts? Like, for example, the scale and the bag and the other thing that adds up if you've got a good show rate. How did you?
I didn't give it to everybody. It was a drawing. So I only bought 3 things and I just gave it.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not giving it to every single person. It's not swag, something for everybody, but right. It's a raffle. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, good. Good solution. And then obviously we had the event close, right? And you want to do this right before you close your event. Thank everyone for attending. Any other sections that you feel are valuable to include?
Yeah, just a note, when I am teaching something, I always try, I have my outline and my talking points, but whatever I'm talking about, I try to relate back to stories. And it's bonus points if you can think about stories related to clients. So I sprinkle in little anecdotal stories about my clients. And again, that just helps people say, okay, people are trusting her to coach them on nutrition because she keeps bringing up these clients. And by the way, I always make sure my clients are okay with me talking about them. I won't call them out by name, but I'll be like, hey client, is it okay if I tell the story in my seminar? And they're always like, yeah. But I make sure to clear it with them first. And I just think that people learn so much better if they are learning through stories than facts, So that's another way, just a teaching style that I always try to think about when I'm putting on a seminar. How can I tell a story around this that'll kind of tie it in a bow?
Well, people latch on to stories, right? They don't latch on to information the same way. And that's why using storytelling in as many different mediums as possible, right? We teach the same thing around telling stories in content and telling stories on, whether that's your social media posts or it's a podcast. Trying to weave stories in as much as you can is going to make it that much more effective because people see themselves in these stories. And obviously the more versatile you can be, thinking about, okay, my nutrition program is for, these 1 or 2 or 3 specific types of people that I can serve best. Try to find examples of exactly those types of scenarios or those types of people that you can cite so that it really resonates with more people like that. And you're more likely to get good fits for the program.
Exactly.
Awesome. All right. I think that's anything. So you said you don't charge for your members, or for anyone.
I
right?
think of it as a sales event. The people that are coming, I want to encourage as many people as I can cram into the room as possible, because there will be a pitch for something paid at the end. So I'm getting some sort of financial compensation by people just opting into whatever my offer is.
Yeah. I'm on the same wavelength as you in that I think it's a really good opportunity to get either new bodies in the door, or even if it's for existing members, to be able to provide them with the additional value. And we've also experimented with some cases, and it just depends on the gym and their overall vibe, but experimenting with. It's free for members, but it's a small charge for non-members that's nominal, just enough to create a little bit of additional perceived value for the members of this is a perk of being a member here and so on. So I think both can work. You just got to pick which one works best for you, which one feels right for you.
Yep. And it may depend on what you're doing too. Like I know we've done like squat seminars or healthy back clinics, and one of our coaches is a physical therapist, and it's important for him to have like hands-on training with each person. So we limit those. And with the nutrition stuff, I want as many people to come as possible, right? Sure. So I'm not going to charge for that, but maybe for something like a healthy back or shoulder clinic, where you want it to be small and intimate, that might be the perfect opportunity to have a small charge.
Yep. All right. So let's talk media plan. Now, this is, like I said, this is a really good opportunity to gather some really good content around you. First of all, just you teaching and doing something a little bit different than you just running your classes, like most of the rest of the photos on your website probably look. But if you have a program in particular you're trying to create assets for, you need assets for, like your nutrition program or your workshops, then this is a great opportunity to catch that. We want to have that plan ready in advance as to what all the things are that you want to have captured, from photos that you want to gather to the video chunks or snippets that you want, and having cues for your camera person to either, whether they're filming the whole thing or they're just going to be alternating, depends on your staff, but have a plan ready to go for photos, for videos, for a Facebook Live, for Instagram Live. Any and all of those should be planned in advance and be discussed with your team. And by the way, if you're the one hosting the workshop, you should not be the person taking the photos as well or responsible for the video. Even if you've got just a friend or someone who can, push record or can walk around with the camera, what we want you in the pictures. We want you as the authority here, and you don't want to look like this is just some garage, some backyard seminar where it's like you're the guy doing everything and scrubbing the toilet in between the sessions and all that. Try to have some help there, particularly with the media, because you want to be in these things. Now, yeah. I know when you do these, do you record your seminars?
Yep. All the nutrition seminars are recorded. We throw them up on YouTube. So we're using them as content later on too. So we definitely record them.
Fantastic. And you record all of them or just the nutrition ones?
Just the nutrition ones, because the other ones are like hands-on, like movement style seminars. So we've just recorded the nutrition ones.
Makes sense. Cool. All right. Last, let's talk about some promotion just to help get people just have a little bit more luck in the 3 phases that we identify, right? So we've got 3 phases that we coach to have a promotion plan ready for. So we've got pre-event, which is let's get people to the event. Let's create awareness. Let's get as much of a show ready as we can. Then we've got intra-event, which is going to be the actual event itself, which is that media plan we already talked about. But then we have post-event too. And the post-event is the piece that most people kind of miss completely. And so let's talk about those. So pre-event, we want to have usually at least a 2-week runway to have enough time to build this up, for people to set the time aside and move something around if they think it's important enough to do so to attend your event. And this should include everything from having an Evite or a Facebook event ready to, posters up on the wall to, 2 to 3 social media posts per week leading up to it, coaches mentioning at the beginning of class. And then towards the very end, even having someone pick out the people who you think are the best fit, or your entire group, and sending a direct message, whether that's via text message or Facebook, personally inviting them in to the event. That little bit at the end there will typically make all the difference. You can increase your attendance rate by like 25 to 50% just by doing a personal ask, 2 to 3 days prior to the event to see, Emily, what do I got to do to come get you to the event this weekend, or to have you and the family come to bowling night or whatever it is.
Yeah. The week before too, we announce it before every single class. And at my gym, we do a fun icebreaker before the class starts, and we try to tie in the icebreaker to whatever topic we're talking about.
Perfect. Very good idea. Okay. Now we talked about the intra event with the media plan itself, right? Have a plan for capturing stuff that you're going to use later, as well as any live things that you want to have happen. I encourage you have 1 to 2 lives happening during the event, and make sure you're putting it somewhere where you're going to be okay with that stuff streaming out. But this is really to create some FOMO and some additional visibility around the event to anyone who wasn't there. All right. And then for post-event, here's the trick. It's a really simple idea. Make sure that you put those photos and those video, at least the photos. I know the videos sometimes need to be edited and you got to put some time into that and wait for someone, but at least the photos, make sure that you post those either the evening of, if it was a morning event, or the morning after, if it was an evening event, and post it to your social channels as soon as possible, and make sure they all have captions and that everyone in each one of the photos is tagged. You let your team know ahead of time, hey, all the photos from yesterday's challenge are going to be posted here at 10 o'clock. Please make sure to like, comment, share, so that you get all this stuff hits your social media. People are getting tagged, like, comment, tag, and it creates all sorts of engagement on your social media channels. And when it's a short window like that, it allows people to relive the experience and remember, oh, wasn't that awesome? That was so helpful, which obviously you also want to have that stuff happen in the window of your fast action discount, right? So if you've got a 48-hour window, don't post your photos the last minute before or even afterwards. You want them reliving it and remembering the good moments and the feelings that they had as close to the actual event as possible, so it continues on. And on one level, it just helps them. It helps make them feel like the event was bigger and there was more to it because it was extended. But also, again, it's going to remind those people and refresh all of those emotions that they had when they see themselves sitting there and they remember you at the board and that part of the program and so on, to help them take that leap and sign up for your program.
Love it. Great advice. I love that pre, intra, and post recommendation. It really does work. And it sounds like such a simple, like, duh thing, but I don't think most people are doing it.
Most don't. We know that. We see it. So awesome. All right. Emily, anything else you want to add to the idea of how to run an amazing seminar?
I think we pretty much covered it, Marcus.
Nailed it. Awesome. Well, then, Emily, thank you for joining me today. And I want to thank all of you out there for joining us today as well. We hope this episode was helpful for you. And if you are interested in learning how we can help you take your gym to the next level, schedule a free breakthrough session with me by going to gymbreakthrough.com/apply, and we'll get to know you. We'll figure out where you're at, where you're trying to go, and see if we can help you get there. That's it for today. We'll see you on the next episode, which is going to be on Thursday, January 30th, same place, same time, and we'll see you there. Until then, bye-bye.